I miss the old and colorful world. It's a shame it has to be this way. But it wasn't my fault, as far as I know. But maybe it is my fault. I don't know. But I've got my own problems to worry about. He's the one who keeps me chained up all day. Being locked in here, it sure as hell makes a doggy want to go wild. And it doesn't help that I keep having these awful nightmares of me killing people.
Please, no, I gotta...
But I know none of it is real. Calypso told me that my mind is a powerful thing, and that's why I'm attached to this machine, because I'm his minion. It's been so long, I've damn near forgotten who I actually am. All I know is that I'm supposed to be driving a big old truck. And I guess the brute next door to me must have had a score to settle. He wanted Calypso dead, and I didn't blame him. But one day, we had ourselves a little visitor. It was Calypso. He had broken into the asylum. The crazy bastard had killed all the guards. Seems like he was running yet another contest. And this year, he was using the patients of Blackfield as competitors. The guy next door to me knew he was here, which is exactly why he had to break us out. I may be no rocket scientist, but I know an opportunity when I see one. Now, I finally have a chance to save us. We will return to our old world one day, and that day is today. My heart was racing like 1,000 miles per hour. I couldn't believe what I had just witnessed. Not only had I fought a bigger version of myself, but I had also seen myself explode right before my very eyes. I couldn't believe it. I had felt like I was going nuts. Now I knew for a fact that none of this was real. This dark and disturbing world was all just a hallucination. And Calypso was the one in charge of it all. To make any sense of it, I needed to explore the darkest depths of my psyche. I needed to go back several years to when the madness started. I began to recall the events leading up to this point. And there was no going back. In the real world, my name is Marcus Kane. I was just a regular guy, working a 9-to-5 shift as a neighborhood ice cream man. Oh my God, it's me. I'm the freak driving the ice cream truck. By day, I was always around the neighborhood, smiling and waving. But at night, something was wrong. Some nights, I'd often hear a voice calling to me from within.
Come on, you coward. Don't you want to play? It's time to play. Come on, Marcus, let me out. We're gonna have so much fun.
I knew I had problems, but this was something else. I had a split personality, an inner demon of sorts, and his name was Needles. The bad side of me, the one with all these murderous fantasies. Needles is one crazy son of a gun. Oftentimes he'd try to claw his way out of my mind and take control over me. As much as I had those old urges of mine, I kept them to myself for the most part. Otherwise, people would think I'm crazy. But one thing was for certain. Needles had to be stopped. Now, you're probably wondering how I got to know Calypso. Well, I'ma tell you. It all happened some years back. Me and my pops were just taking a little drive in his car. But then, he called.
Come on, Marcus. Let me take the wheel. I want to go for a little joyride. Marcus. Marcus?
Marcus!
I done messed up and let the clown take control over me. I ended up crashing my pop's car, and it instantly killed him. I, on the other hand, was severely injured. When the ambulance arrived, I was immediately rushed to the ER. My body was in critical condition, and I didn't think I was going to hold out for much long. And looking back, I wish I would have just died. Because this is where things start to get shaky. As they pushed me down the halls, I started to see things. Bad things. I didn't even know what to make of it. Then, I found myself laying in a dark room with tubes and wires sticking out of my skin and didn't think I was gonna make it. I was about ready to slip into a coma. That is, until two gentlemen came waltzing in through my door. They started talking, and I didn't like what I was hearing.
Looks like it is your day, Mr. Kane.
Come now, Needles. Do not be afraid, for we are here to help. Becker, fire up your machine.
Certainly.
Let's see how Mr. Kane here fares in the world of twisted metal, as my lackey, my champion for each year's competition. Your mind is a powerful thing, Mr. Kane, and I cannot let that go to waste. Either way, you are mine to do with as I please.
And that's how I ended up in this mess. Calypso has been using me as the core to power his machine. I've been stuck in here ever since. This is how he sees the world, how Needles sees his life. In here, he's the dominant personality. All of us are connected, and it's my duty to put an end to this nightmare, once and for all. When I win this contest, I will get the peace that I deserve. Don't worry.
Boys and girls.
I will prevail.
You're in violation of Midtown City Code 4432. Step out of your vehicle and surrender peacefully. Time's up.
I had won the contest. And now, it was time for the moment of truth. It was time to be free. So I went and saw Calypso, and I asked him for my prize. All I wanted was to return to the old and colorful world that I once knew. All I wanted was freedom. And yet, he seemed hesitant. He told me that my participation in this year's contest was a grave mistake. He told me that I shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Ah, Marcus, I always knew you'd be the one to figure it out. Yes, it is true. This world is nothing more than an illusion, a false construct of your sick and twisted mind, which is exactly why you were the perfect candidate to power this machine. But you have broken the rules.
And what about the fake version of myself I had fought during the middle of your contest?
That version of you was merely a reflection of your subconscious mind. After you decided to escape, the machine malfunctioned and created a larger version of you to act as the dominant form. When you destroyed him, parts of your mind were destroyed as well, which is most unsuitable. You should have never left Blackfield, Marcus. Without you at the core, this world is slowly facing a steady collapse. Because of you, my vision will mean nothing.
But what about my prize?
You were not invited and have in fact ruined my contest. You get no prize. You get no... What? Okay. Perhaps something can be arranged. But just know, there are some wishes that even I can't grant completely, Needles. But I'll do what I can for now.
Doctor, he's awake.
Good God, son, you're alive.
Am I really alive? Or did Calypso screw me over? Ever since I had woken up, something's felt off. This old and colorful world doesn't feel like the same one I once knew. I think I might still be trapped.
Rest easy, Mr. Kane. Hopefully, this will give you some peace until you're able to wake up. Becker?
Yes, sir.
Move him to your facility. He's not going anywhere. For now, at least.